Coming up next on the Fox 5 News at 5, breaking news. A fast-moving brush fire is burning right now in Sorrento Valley, threatening homes and forcing people to evacuate. We're live at that scene with the very latest. The Fox 5 News at 5 starts right now.
Live from San Diego, this is Fox 5 News.
We begin this afternoon with breaking news out of Sorrento Valley. Good evening, I'm Zara Barker. Right now, a brush fire is burning through the Los Penasquitos Canyon Preserve in Sorrento Valley. The fire was first reported around 1:30 this afternoon. It quickly grew, doubling in size in just the last hour. Now it's already burned 130 acres. It's currently 0% contained, and smoke can be seen throughout a large portion of San Diego County. There are multiple evacuations underway right now. We want to give you a look at this evacuation map. The warnings include homes and businesses there in that yellow portion on that map. That's south of Carmel Mountain Road, east of the 805, and south of Sorrento Valley Boulevard. The majority of that fire burning in that preserve and in that canyon area. We have crews all over as we continue to cover this, but we want to start things off right now with our Juliet Vara, who is live on that scene. Juliet, what are you seeing so far?
Hi, Zara. Well, certainly a very active scene on the ground and up in the air. I want to give you a little bit of perspective of where we are. We're actually sort of above the canyon here. This is a neighborhood right here. And then over here to my right, over this fence, you can see all of this activity. This is where that canyon is burning that you spoke of. And as you mentioned, currently 130 acres. This is a brush fire. There's certainly a lot of vegetation here to fuel this fire, as you can see. We're still waiting on a lot of the up-to-date information from CAL FIRE and from San Diego Fire Rescue, but we do know, as you mentioned, that there is one evacuation order in place near homes that is threatening homes. There's also some warnings in place, as you mentioned, Zara. But the best thing that you can do at this point is to download the Genesis app. That's where you're going to get notified of all evacuations. And if you are under an order, that means leave and leave now. If you're under a warning, that means get ready, get a bag packed, be prepared if you've got any loved ones, just in case, because we have seen this fire continue to grow over the course of the last few hours. The conditions out here are very hot and a little breezy. Crews are really active in the air and, of course, on the ground, but in the air we're seeing a lot of retardant use to put out the flames. They're setting a perimeter as well to stop the speed of progress. So we've seen water drops, we've seen retardant drops as well. So they seem to be doing a very good job, but there are flare-ups that are happening every once in a while. You can sort of see things sort of die down and it feels like they're under control, and then out of the blue you'll see a flare-up. So as always, air attacks are always so important during breakouts like this, and we've been seeing a lot of that in the air. A little earlier, as I was driving to the scene, I had to pull over a couple of times because there were so many fire trucks and so many fire engines that were getting here and coming to the scene. So people were pulling over, making way to allow for more crews to get here. So again, this continues to be a very active scene and certainly will remain a very active scene throughout the rest of the day and the course of the afternoon and throughout this evening. Earlier, when we got to the scene, we spoke to some people that were here. They were looking, they're taking video. I spoke to one woman who said that her daughter has already evacuated, that she got her cat and that she left and went somewhere safe because she is under those evacuation orders. So we have had a chance to talk to some folks, and here's what they're saying.
Yeah, we just heard fire trucks while we were working on my bike in the garage, and then came out here. They stormed through one of my neighbor's backyards to get a better look, and now I've just seen this fire burning in this big patch here. It looks like it was pretty small at first, but it's kind of looking like it's getting bigger now.
Yeah, and she said it right there. I mean, you know, it was like 60 acres not too long ago, and now we're at 130 acres. So what we do know so far, of course, is that fire crews work really hard and really diligently. And as I just said, on the way here, there were so many crews, you know, still getting to the scene, still coming through. We were pulling over on the side of the road to make way for them. That air attack is really strong right now, and here comes another one right behind us. It's good coming to view. That is a CAL FIRE assistance right there. We just saw a CAL FIRE truck not too long ago as well. There are are road closures as well in Sorrento Valley. So if you are in this area or planning to come out here a little bit later this evening for whatever reason, be mindful that there are some road closures and you're going to want to probably just stay away from this area so that residents can do what they need to do, and so that, of course, fire crews can do what they need to do as well. We want to also let you know that there is an evacuation area, a temporary evacuation center at 4161 East Gate Mall. So if you know anybody that is in this area that needs a place to go, that just needs to know what is going on, you want to let them know. 4161 East Gate Mall. And you know, this is very reminiscent to that fire that happened a little earlier this summer in June. This is pretty much near that area too, which was very active back in June. We were here on the scene, and there were a lot of acres that were burned and charred during that time as well. But this is the latest view that you see here from Sorrento Valley. Zara, I'm going to send it back to you in the studio.
Yeah, thank you so much. And you know, as we know, this fire has doubled in size in just the last hour or so. When it was first reported around 1:30 this afternoon, it started at about 2 acres. Within an hour, we went up to 7. An hour later, it went to 70 acres. And now, here at 5 o'clock, it's now burning 130 acres, currently 0% contained. We do know there's 54 units on the scene and 160 fire personnel. We just saw in those live pictures right there a drop of fire retardant from CAL FIRE crews. You know, these pictures are just incredible as they're continuing to attack this fire on the ground and also from the air. I mean, Juliet, as you can see there on the ground, this is a difficult terrain for these fire crews. You know, this is deep into that canyon. This canyon actually stretches about 4,000 acres. So when we're talking about 130 acres burned, this is a lot of acreage in that area, but it is also really close to homes. Juliet, before we let you go, I just want to ask you, have you been able to talk to other residents? Do you see people kind of starting to gather their belongings, or what's the feeling like in that neighborhood?
So where we are right now, we have not seen anybody evacuate. I think a lot of people here are just sort of just in case, maybe packing up or getting their belongings just in case the winds shift. The winds seem to be pushing away from where we are right now, going in a different direction. But they're, whoa, here we go, right above. It's quite fascinating. It's quite fascinating to see that aircraft just go by like that and do its job and do it so well. These pilots are incredible at what they do. What we have seen here is a lot of more people just sort of curious, coming out here live streaming, taking some video. A little bit earlier when I was just arriving to the scene, I did speak to a woman, like I said earlier, and she said that her daughter was in an evacuation area and, got her animal and left to go somewhere safe. So most of the people that are here feel that they're pretty secure. But what we know from fires is that honestly, you just never know. We have seen this fire grow from about 60 acres to 130, and you just have to sort of be on your toes, download that Genesis app, make sure that you know what is going on, and stay vigilant.
Juliet, thank you so much. Live on that scene. I'm sure we're going to be checking in here with you in just a moment. But for now, our Dominique Lavenier is standing by, tracking these conditions as the fire is burning. And Dominique, we have heard that there was some sort of wind shift recently as those crews were on the scene.
Yeah, right now those winds are coming in from the northwest at around 14 miles per hour. The wind gusts have died down a little bit compared to what we were tracking earlier today. But as Juliet mentioned, when we typically see fires like this, it really can be incredibly unpredictable. Right now in the Sorrento Valley area, we are not looking at elevated fire weather. Temperatures are below average right now. We're sitting at about 83 degrees. Our wind gusts at 14 miles per hour. We saw some improvement, again, moving in from the northwest, and our humidity levels are doing okay. Relative humidity right now in that area is at 40%, and we're seeing similar conditions, similar wind gusts from Miramar to Poway up in Carlsbad as well. Our humidity levels are looking really good right now. This is an updated view from Sorrento, 72%. So we've got some moisture in there. It's not nearly as dry, but what we've seen so far this summer is temperatures have been above average. We've seen several heat waves, and that dries out the vegetation. And so when you see the terrain that we showed you just earlier, with dry vegetation and terrain like that, fires can just spread incredibly rapidly, even if we are looking at good humidity levels and calmer wind gusts. So over the next several hours, we will see that fire risk begin to die down as we get into the evening. We'll see the marine layer roll into our inland valleys throughout the day today, and then that will increase our humidity levels as well. As we get into the afternoon tomorrow, I mean, we're not even really looking at elevated fire risk. Our elevated fire risk is really coming in the East County. We're looking at Borrego Springs, Mount Laguna could potentially see that. And as we get to the afternoon on Monday, we're really not looking at any risk here. So the conditions are ideal for those firefighters to get a handle on the flames. Of course, the blaze has grown incredibly over the last several hours, so we're going to keep an eye on it, keep an eye on these conditions. But at least through the next several hours, we are expecting to see some improvement that will help those crews get a handle on that fire, Zara.
All right, Dominique, thank you so much. And, you know, if you're watching and you're seeing the smoke, we've been hearing and seeing, you know, all of this action throughout San Diego County. Our station here in Kearney Mesa, we have seen the smoke all throughout, even driving into the station. Many of our crews have been able to see that smoke and see all the action from the 15, the 5, the 805, the 163. I mean, this is just kind of here in the center and in the heart of San Diego County. So we're really seeing the smoke and kind of the impact all throughout the area. So once again, this is the Sorrento fire. You're taking a look at live pictures right now as fire crews are currently battling this fire from not only the ground inside that canyon, but we've also seen drops coming from the air as well. We've seen CAL FIRE crews. San Diego Fire is the lead agency currently on this. You can kind of see some people, you know, maybe walking around there at the bottom of your screen. This is an area that has a lot of hiking trails as well. So this is inside the Los Penasquitos Canyon Preserve. So maybe on a Sunday, a lot of people out and about hiking in this area as well. As we know, if you have been in that area, you've been evacuated, you've been told to get out. This canyon in total is about 4,000 acres. It stretches from the 805 all the way to inland to the 15. And so right now this fire burning at 130 acres. It is currently 0% contained. There's 54 units at least on scene. That was the last update we just got here right before 5 o'clock. And currently 160 fire personnel battling this fire. We just heard from our Juliet Vara, who had been there on the scene. There were people there that ready to evacuate. You know, with these fires, you just don't know how quickly they can potentially jump any fire lines or breaks that crews have been able to put in. You know, this fire was first reported around 1:30 this afternoon. When we first got a glimpse of it on those cameras, it was just about 1 to 2 acres. Then an hour later, it went to 7 acres. So it seemed like it really wasn't moving that fast. But then after that is really when things started to flare up. Here comes another drop. I believe that is a CAL FIRE tanker. There's retardant going down on that fire. You know, these crews are doing a great job of trying to get a handle on this, keeping this contained at least to that canyon area, trying to preserve all of the buildings, homes, businesses that are all surrounding this area. You know, this is right, the warnings right now are for homes and businesses south of Carmel Mountain Road, east of the 805 and south of Sorrento Valley Boulevard. So this is that evacuation map that's currently up here on your screen. The red is that evacuation order, level 3. Anyone in that area must go. It looks like to be just the Los Penasquitos Canyon Preserve area, but then it's bordering a lot of homes and neighborhoods and businesses. You can also see as it kind of slowly updates there on your screen, that's a live look at the CAL FIRE tankers and the aerial attacks that have been fighting this from the air. We've also seen crews on the ground as well, which is really remarkable when we're talking about these really intense, these conditions and also this terrain. You know, this is incredibly, there's a lot of vegetation inside this canyon and inside this preserve, which is what makes it so beautiful, but also very difficult as fire crews are trying to make their way down. And one thing we know about fire as well is fire burns quicker going uphill than it does going downhill. So that's why those fire crews are really trying to contain it, making sure that fire does not go uphill to any of the homes and businesses up to Carmel Mountain Road, the 805 and Sorrento Valley Boulevard as well. Now, we did hear from fire crews just in that 4 o'clock hour that there was a wind shift at one point. They said the fire was now moving to the south and southeast. They also said it was also getting into heavier fuels along the creek, according to Incident Command. There at one point, 2 air tankers were not able to go in because of imminent threat to life and safety. So we're getting all of this information from air crews as well. Our Dominique Lavigny joining us now again here for a look at conditions and what these fire crews are currently battling.
Hey, Zara, yeah, I want to give you a look at our satellite and radar because we've been tracking the smoke. A lot of people have been seeing it, of course, as you mentioned, just on those major highways as they pass Sorrento Valley. That 805, that 5 split is where you can really see those flames. But right now, we aren't looking too bad. But as we get into the next several hours, you could potentially see that smoke build until fire crews really get a handle on these flames. So right now we're in that low category, so we're not expecting this to really impact air quality at all. We'll see some improvement once they get a handle on these flames. As we get into Tuesday throughout the day, we're really not looking at any impacts unless this fire continues to grow. Wind gusts across the region continuing to die down within the next hour at least. You can say in places like Miramar, those wind gusts will die down even further. We saw them at around 17 to 20 miles per hour when we really started first tracking these flames. Now we're seeing those wind gusts die down between 10 to 15 miles per hour. So we're definitely seeing some improvement there. But you can see really the areas that we're keeping an eye on are Borrego Springs, are our mountains. When they see those wind gusts increase between 20 to 25 up to 30 miles per hour, those are the areas that are at risk. So typically we look at an area like Sorrento Valley and we don't expect these flames to grow in the way that it has. We will see those wind gusts return for us through the afternoon and evening hours, but again, at least through the evening tonight, our humidity levels are going to increase. We're looking at the marine layer extending into those inland valleys from the coastline. That will increase humidity at nearly 90% for Mira Mesa. We're seeing that as well for Kearney Mesa. And really the only areas that are experiencing dry conditions, again, in the East County. We're looking at Julian at 44%, 37% for Mount Laguna. At the lowest, we're tracking around 25% for Borrego Springs. The most dangerous humidity levels are in the teens. Tens and teens is really when we have some major concerns. So this is good news. This is all what we want to see for those fire crews to be able to stop the forward progress. But again, that terrain is just incredibly difficult over the next several hours. We'll see our humidity levels begin to drop once again as we get into Monday through the afternoon and Tuesday, because we are expecting to see temperatures continue to rise through the rest of the week. We're looking at our area of high pressure expanding across the region. That will increase our daytime highs above average. Temperatures right now across the county are below average. As we get into the middle of next week, we see temperatures begin to increase again above average as our area of high pressure expands. That continues to dry out that vegetation, and those are the areas of concern. As we might not see a fire ignite through the middle of the week next week, but it does contribute to potential future fires as the vegetation continues to dry out across the county. So these are the things that we're keeping an eye on. At least conditions throughout the day today look promising for those fire crews. But as we get into the rest of the week, you really want to pay attention to anything that could potentially ignite a fire, especially in the East County through the middle of the week as those temperatures come up above average. Zara, for now, I'm going to send it back to you.
All right, Dominique, thank you so much. And we're going to be right back after this break as we continue to track and follow the Sorrento fire, currently 130 acres and 0% contained. We'll be right back after this break.
Scientists.
Nation's Dumbest, all new Wednesday on Fox.
You're watching Fox 5 News.
Welcome back. We want to get right out to that breaking news that we are continuing to follow here on the Fox 5 News at 5. A brush fire currently burning through the Los Penasquitos Canyon Preserve. The fire was first reported around 1:30 this afternoon. It quickly grew, doubling in size in just the last hour, now at 130 acres. 0% contained. We know 54 units and 160 fire personnel are currently there on the scene. Smoke can be seen throughout the area there in central San Diego County. We're also seeing it here at our station in Kearney Mesa. We've had several viewers call in saying they can see it in Mira Mesa as well. So if you're around this area, you can likely see the smoke, can likely smell it as well. We do know there's been multiple aircraft helping in this firefight with water and fire retardant drops. We've seen that multiple times here on this live picture and this live view over Sorrento Valley. Now, there are multiple evacuations and warnings underway. We want to give you a look here at that evacuation map. The warnings include homes and businesses south of Carmel Mountain Road, east of the 805, and south of Sorrento Valley Boulevard. An evacuation point is also currently set up at Mandel Weiss Eastgate Park. That exact address is 4161 Eastgate Mall. We did have a crew there in just the last about 10 minutes or so. They don't believe anyone is at that evacuation point just yet. Some of these evacuations have been expanded, but many of them for those homes and businesses are warnings at this point. So that means, get your stuff ready, Dominique, get it ready just in case you need to go. But so far that fire seems to be contained to that preserve area. We know it's hiking and trails inside this canyon, and that's about 4,000 acres of area inside that canyon. But again, this fire currently at 130 acres, 0% contained. And what are the conditions like for fire crews there?
Yeah, I mean, the conditions are ideal. We've been talking about this for the last several minutes here. We've been tracking conditions improving. Those wind gusts are really starting to die down through the evening hours. As we get into the late evening hours tonight, we're expecting to see those humidity levels come up as well, which is what we've been talking about. Those are all the things that firefighters want to see. I mean, we're looking at incredibly dry vegetation there. We've been seeing heat waves, multiple heat waves over the course of the summer, and that's what makes that's what really fuels these fires. Is we see that vegetation dry out during those heat waves with temperatures above average. That's when we typically see those heat watches and warnings, elevated heat risk, and we see that vegetation dry out. I mean, earlier this season, we talked about our water year and just how great it was for really adding that moisture to the vegetation, which is when we've seen that improvement. And then we get to these summer months and we've got consecutive days of temperatures above average. That just sucks out all the moisture that we got from this last water year. And that's what, again, fuels the fires. And you can see just from our live picture here how much vegetation can potentially fuel those flames. The other thing, as you mentioned, is we are looking at just incredibly steep terrain. You've got these hills and mountains, and our fire will travel very quickly heading uphill, and that's where you see those homes. Which is why it's so important at this point to make sure that you have your go bag ready. At this point, if you're under an evacuation warning, you should have that go bag ready to go, because I mean, these flames can be so unpredictable, especially in terrain like this when you see so much vegetation. And then on top of that, we look back just a few months ago, back in June, again, we saw another fire very similar to this one in this same area where we saw the vegetation incredibly dry, fueling those flames, and that's when we see that acreage continue to climb. So dangerous conditions here for all those people who are in those homes up on that top of the hill there. I'm sure they're very concerned, ready to go at a moment's notice, hopefully, but it's unpredictable. We are seeing improvement in the weather conditions, which is what is ideal, but this is not an area that was under any sort of elevated fire risk throughout the day today.
And just moments ago, San Diego fire officials gave an update and a briefing on exactly what they've been battling so far, so we're going to go ahead and listen into that.
Thank you all for coming. I want to give you a quick update on the fire that we had behind me right here. So about 1:30 exactly, I'll give it 1 second here. Exactly at 1:36, actually, we received calls of a brush fire here on Sorrento Valley Road. We sent an initial response, brush fire response. Once crews arrived on scene, they realized we had about a 1 to 2 acre fire, slow rate of spread that was moving to the east of us. The key issue we had with this fire was the access. It was in the middle of the canyon draw behind us, and trying to get ground units in there was tough trying to get inside. We upgraded to a first alarm, that went to a second, and then we started bringing in strike team and fixed wing and larger amount of aircraft to come in here. Crews right now, we are currently at 130 acres. I expect it to grow probably a little bit more. We'll have a little bit more behind it. My goal is in 1 hour or less, hopefully from now, get forward rate of spread stopped on it and ahead of it. We gave evacuation warnings. The only requirement for the evacuation was through the canyon here. That's the one thing we required to evacuate. People did a great job of doing that, and I can tell you, driving around as I was at the head of the fire, many people had their stuff set out, ready to go from those evacuation warnings. For all the people out there that they were doing that, I'm incredibly thankful to do so because you can go. Now, I will say this, though. There were many people that were traveling in, and we had to use PD and our air resources to remind people to please leave the area who are trying to hike into the canyon to get a better view. So I just ask people out there, do not come into the canyon. It is currently blocked off right now. We do not need anyone inside the canyon except first responders. Crews are doing a great job right now. We brought in 5 fixed-wing aircraft. We had 6 helicopters that came in here and helped us to slow the rate of spread of this fire until we could get ground crews down into the seat of the fire. That was huge for us with those CAL FIRE responses coming out and helping us as a city, our neighboring departments that came in and helped us too. We have about 200 total personnel here currently working the fire right now, and they'll be working the fire through the night to ensure that we don't have any hot spots and we can get ahead of it. Right now, we are going to keep those evacuation warnings in place and the mandatory of the canyon in place also at the same time until we feel that that forward rate of spread is stopped. Any questions?
As far as evacuation warning, does that mean that right now you're just asking the public to have a go bag ready to go?
Yes, and I can tell you that's what I saw out there. When I was driving around, I was very proud of the citizens of San Diego that had their cars ready. They were packed, they were in driveways and ready to go. That's the warning. That means be prepared, be ready to go, and there are many people out there that were doing that exact same thing. The warnings will remain in place until we get that forward rate stopped.
What has been the greatest challenge? Obviously today we have felt some wind as opposed to other days.
Yeah, so we had a slight wind, I'd say 5, maybe a 10-mile-per-hour gust coming through there. The biggest problem we had today was access. So there's a 2-track road that we can get through there, dirt road. Remember, this is a hiking trail. It's not somewhere that you drive your car into. So we had hard access trying to get our ground units in there. There's also a bunch of washouts from the last fire that we had actually of trying to gain that access to there. So those aircraft were huge for us today in helping with that and stopping the forward rate.
And what's the neighborhood that was being threatened? What is that neighborhood called?
I don't know the exact name of the neighborhood. I'm sorry on that one. There's multiple up the side of this neighborhood and to the north side. The south side was my biggest worry. When I arrived on scene, it was running to the south, and our goal at first was to stop it from jumping the road. Crews did a great job to make sure it didn't jump the road and go to the south side and get the other draw. They kept it to that north side of Sorrento Valley Road and then also stopped it from giving on the river bottom side too.
Any trouble with drones?
We didn't have any drones. Luckily on this one, I did not hear any drone incursions that we had, which for me is amazing because usually every fire that we've had lately, we've had some sort of drone incursion that has stopped us from it. On this one, we had no drone incursion. And if you saw some of those aircraft coming in, we brought in LATs, which are large air tankers. You saw the big planes coming in. They looked like the old PSA planes coming in and doing those drops. We need people out of that area. Those are massive planes coming in and dropping.
We also noticed there was a main power line that runs through that ridge. I mean, how did that factor in as they're doing the drops?
So that hurts us on the fixed wing. On our helos have a great job of getting into those tight spaces, so they're able to slow that. We use mainly most of our fixed wing for the ridges, for the home lines, to ensure that we are stopping that the spread of the fire coming to the north and the south.
As my understanding is that this fire is mostly affecting a canyon. It's not really directly threatening a neighborhood. Can you give us an estimate of maybe how many homes are potentially at risk? Because you said you're going to be fighting this fire through.
Yeah, I can tell you right now, there are homes absolutely at risk, especially the south side of the road here. I'd say a good 200 homes are at risk to the south side of the road. And that's because all it takes is an ember. If you were out here, you saw the embers flying and going ahead of it, right? It takes a small ember to go over the backside of the hill on us, and the next thing you know, those homes that didn't think that they were affected are fully affected now by that fire. That's why we give that warning to say, be prepared, be ready to go, because if something jumps the line on us, and it could jump the line in the next 2 hours. My goal is for it not to, but that south side is still a worry for me for all those homes on that side of the hill.
You said your initial call came in as a brush fire, so is there any indication as to what started this fire? If it was just hot, dry debris that maybe had not been cleared, any indication?
We don't have an indication right now. Mass will investigate. This was right near where we had this fire that we just had a month ago here in Sorrento Valley, so we're going to try to check and make sure that if it had anything to do from there, or is this new or some other place, so Mass will be investigating that.
I just came from the evacuation site, and they said they've only had one person come in the last hour, and they've already left. Is there anything else that you can tell us about the people who are evacuating and where they should go if they don't know about this evacuation site?
Yeah, Yeah, so right now that evacuation site that we have is we only have warnings on all the home lines. We only have warnings. So you do not have to go if you have a warning. The only mandatory evacuation that we have right now is the canyon. The dirt area, the preserve is our only mandatory evacuation. So if we are telling people you can hold in place where you're at right now, you do not have to go to the evacuation site.
She mentioned the power line. Are there any other utilities that you guys are trying to preserve and stop the fire?
Absolutely. We have multiple power lines to the north and running south on this side too. We're trying to hold those away from those power line areas. Crews have done a great job. Our air resources have done a great job too in stopping that there.
And where have air resources been pulling water from around?
So our helicopters have been pulling from our local golf courses, most of our golf courses with a pond. The great part with our Air Force is they only need 3 feet of water to pull from. So most ponds, even rivers they can pull from. Sometimes you'll see them in the San Diego Mission Valley. They'll be pulling from the river down there. So they only need 3 feet. They've been pulling from there. Our air resources, though, for fixed wing, half of them came from Ramona. The other half came from Hemet. So their turnaround time is they have to fly back to Hemet, refuel in Hemet, and come all the way back, right? So those turnaround times take time for us. So reactionary for us, I'm very proud of the firefighters and the incident commanders on the scene that realized that and ordered fixed wing right away to ensure that that turnaround time we could get crews here quickly.
Perfect. Yeah. And then the last fire that happened, you said a month ago?
Yeah, about a month ago is when we had it.
What's the name of that fire?
That was Sorrento also. That one, acres for us ran about 90 acres.
I'm sorry, can you mention the name of the pond that they're drawing water from?
I don't know which golf course they're pulling from right now. They're pulling from a golf course. Sometimes we usually steal from Santa Luz, is what we like to say, is we'll grab water from Santa Luz Golf Course.
Okay, so it's nearby.
It's nearby, yeah. They're right over the hill. Their turnaround time is under 3 minutes. Yeah.
All right, and you just heard from San Diego Fire Assistant Chief Dan Eddy with the latest update on this Sorrento fire that we are continuing to track. Once again, he said currently burning about 130 acres. It's 0% contained, but they are hoping to have this forward rate of spread completely stopped within the next hour. We're going to continue to follow this, and we'll be right back after this break.
Watch her every morning. Fox 5 Weather.
You're watching Fox 5 News.
All right, we want to get right back to the breaking news we are continuing to follow from Sorrento Valley. The Sorrento fire has burned 130 acres so far. We just heard from San Diego Fire Assistant Chief Dan Eddy, who says the brush fire was first called in around 1:36 this afternoon off Sorrento Valley Road. Initially, crews found a 1 to 2 acre fire with a slow spread heading east, but the access was difficult because, as you can see from these live pictures, the fire was in the middle of the canyon. They called in air attackers to help right away. Chief Eddy says he's hoping to have the forward rate of spread stopped within the next hour, but before that, he is expecting the fire to grow just a little bit more. He says he's most concerned with residents on the south side of that, but he says residents have done a great job evacuating so far. Our Juliet Vara has been live on the scene this afternoon as some residents were waiting to see if they needed to evacuate. She joins us live now. Hi, Juliet. What are you seeing so far?
Hi there. Yeah, so this still, of course, remains a very active scene on the ground and up in the air as well. And Zara, you touched upon it, is the firefighters saying that one of the biggest challenges is actually entering the canyon. And here's why. So take a live look right here. A photographer hopping on a box here, going over this fence. So you can see a live look here, what this looks like. This is that entire canyon. So far, 130 acres charred as a result of this fire. But the biggest challenge for firefighters is getting into this canyon because this is a hiking trail, they say, and so it's not used to cars. So trying to get their equipment down here has been the biggest challenge, and they want to make sure that everybody knows. So do not come down to this canyon. It is a hiking trail. This is what is under the evacuation order right now, so stay away from this area. There are also some other warnings that are in place for residents that live in this area. Just about 10 minutes ago, Sheriff's Office came through here and issued a warning for the area that we are in right now, basically letting people know, hey, this is a warning. Be prepared. Have your belongings ready to go just in case. Fire crews say there are about 200 personnel that are fighting this fire right now. 6 helicopters and 5 fixed-wing aircrafts also helping out. And boy, oh boy, we have really seen that activity out here this afternoon, one after another, dropping retardant, dropping water. That is just so important. But once again, your best bet at this point is to download the Genesis app. That's where you'll be notified of any any last-minute evacuations. We also, of course, have things on our website as well. And if you are under an order, that means leave now. If you're under a warning, that means get ready, get a bag packed, and be prepared just in case. And just a few minutes ago during that press conference, firefighters saying that they're so proud of San Diegans because they're really paying attention. They've been cruising through these neighborhoods and they've been seeing people pack their cars and get their belongings ready just in case. So the conditions out here are very, very hot, a little breezy. Once again, even though right now these live pictures might look like everything is under control, there are hot spots, and firefighters always want to remind you that all it takes is one ember to sort of spread or go in a different direction for it to re-spark. And so right now there are homes that are just, somewhat in question. So be mindful of these evacuation orders. Also be mindful of the evacuation warnings. Earlier today when we got on the scene, we also spoke to residents. I spoke to one lady who said that her daughter got her kitten and just took off. She was not interested in waiting around to see what happened. And here's some sound from her.
It started right here. When I first got here, I don't know, 12:30. I've lost track of time. And then it just slowly, and quickly, just completely spread. I've seen trees going up. Just a few minutes ago, it just went straight up. There was a torch going. And, I have to say, in June, when they had that, on June 8th, they had 3 helicopters going around and then the fire retardant plane, the C-130. But this time, they're hitting it more with the fire retardant than the helicopters for some reason.
Yes, and the residents that might need a place to go, we just want to let them know that there is a temporary evacuation center at 4161 Eastgate Mall. So it's 4161 Eastgate Mall. If you know anybody in this area, anybody has questions, you can always drive by, stop. There are resources there for people. But again, as that woman that we interviewed mentioned, this is very reminiscent to the fire that happened here in June. So once again, firefighters tackling this, 200 personnel on the ground. They will be here throughout the entire evening, so this still remains an active scene. Zara?
All right, Juliet, thank you so much. And we just heard from San Diego Fire Deputy Chief Dan Eddy saying there's now 200 total personnel who have been battling that fire, now going on for about 4 hours. And as Juliet mentioned as well, he said it was really critical getting that air attack right away as soon as that fire started around 1:30 this afternoon. Looks like there are a lot of crews there at the bottom of that canyon, and he said that was one of the biggest hassles of getting to this fire, was just because of how deep that canyon is. It's a difficult terrain for them to get in there, but you can see the sky's clearing a lot as our photographer pans up. Looks like they may be doing another drop or maybe just leaving from one. But you can see the sky is starting to clear up, so it looks like fire crews have gotten an amazing handle on this fire in just the last hour from what we've seen just since 5 o'clock here live on Fox 5. But we do know as well the fire's impacting some roads in that Sorrento Valley area. So we also want to get a check on conditions with our Dominique Lavigny. Hi, Dominique.
Hey, Zara. Yeah, we are continuing to see those impacts across that area. I want to zoom in here and show you just how serious it's gotten. There is a road closure of Sorrento Valley Boulevard eastbound between Sorrento Valley and Vista Sorrento Parkway. So make sure if you're heading in this direction, find an alternative route. The other routes along this roadway appear to be moving pretty good. We're looking at speeds on the 5, the 805 moving at around 72 miles per hour. Mira Mesa Boulevard looks clear. Even the 15 looks pretty good right now. But if we zoom in here, you can see speeds heading westbound are moving at 29 miles per hour. They've fluctuated within just the last few minutes that we've been tracking this roadway. Again, you can see that eastbound lane is completely closed, so you cannot take Sorrento Valley Boulevard eastbound. Fire crews are continuing to try and get a handle on that. Access, as they mentioned, has been incredibly difficult. So I'm sure that this closure is definitely helping them kind of get into the areas that they need to get into to get a handle on this fire through the evening hours tonight. We will get into the extended forecast coming up. Stay with us.
Join us
weekdays at noon on Fox 5.
Live from San Diego, this is Fox 5 News.
All right, we want to get you right back out to the breaking news that we are continuing to follow from Sorrento Valley. You are taking a live look at the Sorrento Fire. Currently burned 130 acres so far. We just got new information into our newsroom moments ago that fire crews have officially contained this fire. It's 15% contained. That is a big increase of what we're seeing in just the last hour. Fire crews have been able to get a really good handle on this fire, but they're still obviously on scene, continuing to get this contained. They say they're going to be on scene throughout the night, making sure no hot spots, reignite, and mopping up as well. We'll take you back to the beginning really fast. This fire was initially called in around 1:36 this afternoon off Sorrento Valley Road, and initially fire crews saw just a 1 to 2 acres with a slow spread. The fire was heading east, but fire crews noticed right away it was going to be difficult to access this terrain because the fire was in the middle of this canyon. So that's when they called in for extra help, and they called in those air attackers to help. We just heard from San Diego Fire Deputy Chief Dan Eddy, and he said that was pivotal in this fire, is getting those air attackers. You can see live right now continuing to drop water and retardant drops on this fire that's currently 130 acres so far. Now, Chief Dan Eddy says he is expecting the forward rate of spread to be stopped within the next hour. He says it may grow just a little bit before that. But one good news to share, Dominique, joining us now, is, these conditions for the firefighters, other than the terrain, have actually been really good for them.
Yeah, this is the most ideal time, if you can even say ideal time, to see a fire spark. But all week long, even last week, we were seeing temperatures above average for this time of year. Right now, we are seeing some of the coolest temperatures that we've seen in a month. So these are the kind of conditions that help fire crews get a handle on the blaze. You don't want heat or gusty winds or dry conditions exacerbating the issue. So this has been what we've liked to see. You can see again from our live pictures here, another helicopter, it appears, moving into the region to begin to kind of help out with the containment. But the issue there, this is in the middle of an area where a lot of people go hiking. And so there's lots of trails and lots of vegetation where you see how necessary it is for those helicopters to move in with those water drops and retardant drops. But over the next several hours, we will continue to see improvement in the weather conditions. Temperatures in the Sorrento Valley area are going to continue to drop through the evening hours tonight. I want to give you a look at what we're expecting. Temperatures will fall into the low 70s within the next several hours, upper 60s by the time we get to the late evening hours tonight. Marine layer clouds will move in along the coastline to those inland valley communities, and that will drop or increase our humidity levels. We will see the afternoon come up again. We are in the upper 70s through the afternoon in Sorrento Valley through tomorrow. So as they continue to get a handle, mop up those conditions, we are looking at extreme heat heading into next week. So we are expecting to see, at least throughout the day today, we're a little bit warmer than this time yesterday, but we are still below average. Tomorrow, that warming continues. You can see that. What we saw within the next 24 hours for Sorrento Valley, we're seeing that all across the county. Temperatures will get closer to that normal average. Over next week, though, through the middle of the week, by the time we get to Wednesday, temperatures will increase above average, and we're expecting to see that elevated heat risk. So at least here's what it looks like tomorrow across the county. 80s for San Diego and Coronado, North Park at 84 degrees, 84 degrees for Chula Vista as well, 90s in La Mesa tomorrow. The East County is really where we want to keep an eye on for the elevated fire risk. 88 degrees in Mount Laguna, 92 degrees for Julian. We're expecting to see those wind gusts begin to pick up there as well. 111 degrees for Borrego Springs tomorrow. Upper 70s at the coolest across the county in Carlsbad and Encinitas, close to the 90s for San Marcos and Escondido, as well as Fallbrook. Now, this area of high pressure is continuing to expand over Southern California as we get into the middle of the week. We will see this dominate the weather pattern through the rest of next week, really beginning on Wednesdays when we'll start to feel that heat begin to ramp up across the region. That will also pull up some of the moisture from the Gulf, that monsoonal moisture will produce showers and thunderstorms for those mountains once again Thursday through the end of next week. So our heat risk increasing along with those chances for monsoonal moisture will really start to feel those impacts heading into the rest of the week. So here's a look at that 7-day forecast. We're staying pretty consistent along the coastline, upper 70s throughout the week. Inland valleys, mountains, and deserts are the areas that will see the biggest shift. 90 degrees on Monday. We're getting into 92 degrees by Tuesday. Through the rest of the week, we stay pretty steady there with our high pressure expanding through the end of the week. 95 degrees on Wednesday for the mountains, coming up from the low 90s. Thursday, we start to cool off a little bit heading into next weekend. We're in the low 90s. Our deserts are expecting triple-digit heat at the warmest 112 degrees on Tuesday. We'll gradually start to cool off. Now, our area of high pressure is going to expand. We're waiting to see how this will move through the end of the week to see if that changes our temperatures and that monsoonal moisture that we're expecting to move in for those mountains and deserts. Overnight temperatures, we will see some relief from the heat, which is some improvement there. Sarah, I'll send it back to you.
All right, Dominique, thank you so much. And we want to get out live back to the Sorrento fire right now. These are live pictures there from that scene. We can now report that the fire is 15% contained. That is the first time that we have seen or heard of any containment reported. That's just been in the last few minutes. So that is a good sign, trending in the right direction, that officials are getting a better handle on this fire. We have also heard that 2 of the large air tankers have now been released by air attack. That is also a really good sign as firefighters believe they have a better handle on this fire. Still quite a long way to go, but we're going to continue to follow this, and we'll continue our fire coverage on our sister station on KUSI starting at 6.